Hello everyone. I'd like to show my latest project. It's called Covered Bridges. It's a digital journal kit by TLC Creates, and it measures 5¼ wide, 8 inches high. There's 2-inch spine with 4 hand stitch signatures for a total of 132 pages. And there's one envelope with gusset hand stitch in the center of the journal. I've used some other digitals by Jibid, Neary, the Echo Dyed Postcards, from Screech All Studio, the H paper, and from the Booksmith shop, the labels. And I left this plate here open for the person who purchased the journal. She can decide what she would like to have here. Souvenirs, memories, I'm not sure, covered bridges. And here I did some fussy cutting, and I left it open a bit to give it some depth. And the back, see, this is backed with a craft cardstock, so the back is craft cardstock with some sewing and some fussy cutting, and it's a little bit of sewing along here, along the stem. There is some tea-dyed, tea-stained paper, stitching, fussy cutting. Here is a library pocket and library card from my Etsy shop with some fussy cutting here. The first signature. Here is some vintage onion skin paper. All the images are from the kit, except for this. It's off the internet. It's a watercolor of a covered bridge, and here is a white merchandise bag that's tea stained from my Etsy shop. A journaling card, some journaling paper, some craft journaling paper with lines. Here is an envelope from the kit, and inside I included some I forgot to write down where these are from, but they will be in the description box below. They're beautiful. Sorry about that. Some vintage lined paper. The middle of the first signature. It's a very muted tones, this journal, except for the red covered bridges. It's soft colors. Here's the corner tuck, a layaway tag from my Etsy shop, a petty cash voucher in French and English from my Etsy shop, and this is a tag that I made with some fussy cutting from the kit that was in the kit. In this glassine envelope, this glassine envelope, I took this craft paper and I layered it and just sewed down the middle with a label. And inside, it's all about covered bridges, but also a lot about leaves, which is mostly oak leaves and birch. And this is I printed it on tracing paper, vintage tracing paper, a study of leaves. That came with the kit. Here's the other side of that merchandise bag, and it's also the other side of that covered bridge. Some fussy cutting. Inside here are these Echo Dyed postcards from Jibid, Neary. There's 4 of them. They're very nice. I printed them on this parchment paper that I received in a Happy Mail from Jill. Thank you, Jill. Nice stuff. That same, there's that paper again. For the first signature. The second signature, craft paper. A CD envelope with some fussy cutting, a label, and inside is a journaling card. This clip art that came with the kit also. A corner tack. This is a tag from my shop that I embossed. It's a bark from my Etsy shop. Your library search, title search card. This is with the kit. Some graph paper. The middle of the second signature. This is a postcard from the kit. This is a periodical library card with the months from January to December. Also from in the Happy Mail from Jill, I got 2 rolls of piano paper, and I made a tag. And this is stamping. It's tattered leaves from Tim Holtz, and I loved working with this piano roll paper. Here, also with the kit, a tag I made and stamped a little maple leaf, or punched. Here is some journaling paper. Another envelope with the kit, and another sheet from that collection that I'll have listed below in the description box. So this is the second signature. Here is that envelope with gusset. This is printed from the kit. Here's the gusset. It's quite large. All I have in here is a little 4x6 damask bag from my Etsy shop to put some stuff in there. Collect items from trips, visiting covered bridges. Third signature. There's that vintage onion skin. A tea stained. Here is a glassine bag from my Etsy shop that I folded under, and I made this little notepad, some lined paper, again with that piano roll and some stamping notes, and again this oak leaf. So that's a little notepad there. Some vintage lined paper. The middle of the signature. Here's a corner tuck. Another tag that I made with some fussy cutting with items from the kit. I made this tag. Here is some writing paper. In this little folder, I have a glassine, the top of a glassine bag, and inside here I included some extra labels to use in the journal. Here is a die cut of a leaf, and these I stamped on that vintage tracing paper. The oak leaf, and I think that's the maple leaf. That can be used elsewhere in the journal. The fourth signature. Here's another folder, and I did some fussy cutting. That's a little glassine envelope with a little journaling card. It's a little journaling card. And this is that Tim Holtz die with all those slots with some tickets. That's from a blank raffle ticket from my Etsy shop. Here is some those trading stamps also in my Etsy shop. These are bus tickets from England, I think. Courtroom check stub from my Etsy shop, and this is also that two-piece price tag from my Etsy shop, and I just stamped the oak leaf on it. Also, this page, oh, I didn't write it down. Also, this is from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. It's from her tree collection. It's eco-dyed paper that she made, and I printed it on that parchment paper. Here's a side tuck with an alteration tag from my Etsy shop. This is a tag that I made, again, fussy cut from items from the kit. This postcard came with the kit also. The middle of the signature, this card came with the kit. The journey, not the arrival, matters. A guest check from my Etsy shop. Did some fussy cutting. Another tag that I made with the piano roll that I backed on cardstock. Here's a repair tag from my Etsy shop and some journaling paper. And this card that I made here in New Brunswick, in Heartland, we have the longest covered bridge in the world. And so I printed a card. You see the Canadian flag, the New Brunswick flag, that's a Union Jack. It's interesting. We used to have roughly 200 covered bridges in New Brunswick, and it's now down in the 50s. I think it's 54, if I'm not mistaken. Here is that jeweler's envelope. Again, some fussy cutting. I use a lot of that brown paper. It's that roll of masking paper for painters. I think it was from the Booksmith shop. She mentioned this paper, and it's quite nice to work with. Again, a label from her shop. The back, some fussy cutting, and it says "Leave no path untaken." Inside this envelope, what I included is a piece of, it's very fragile, a piece of piano roll. So you can see how delicate it is. You can use it elsewhere in the journal, or just keep it as a keepsake. Oops. And there's the back of the last signature. There you go. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.